Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we are doing a thrift with me video. This is a thrift store I've never been to before called Mission Thrift. I'm not really sure if it's like a chain or not. Just like I said, I've never been there before or heard of it, but it was pretty cool to check out. So at the very front of the store, they had a bunch of things that were for like a silent auction. I did see some Pyrex bowls. I couldn't really spend too much time there because it was pretty busy and it was right when you were entering. So I didn't want to be like rude and be kind of standing in the way of people. Since it was pretty busy in there, I just decided to go to the very back and start there and work my way up. So they had a little electronics section in the back. Actually, in the very back, they had like a tool section, but I didn't feel like that was that interesting to film. I didn't feel like most people watching this video would care about that. So just kind of briefly looked at the electronics, and then I noticed they had a bath and beauty section. I've been like redoing my bathroom, so I've been checking those sections out to see if I could find anything vintage. But then I noticed that they had a mixer like in the section, so I'm assuming someone just put it there by accident, I would assume. But I didn't see anything that would fit with my bathroom, but it's always worth checking out. I felt like the prices were really good in this store too. I'm assuming, since it's called Mission Thrift, that it's like a charity thrift store, I would assume. I do find that charity thrift stores versus for-profit thrift stores tend to have better pricing because they don't have as many bills to pay, I guess. This hairdryer reminds me of the 80s so much. I feel like my mom might have had a very similar one back in the 80s. In the appliance section, I was briefly considering getting this fan because I do have one that's vintage, but it's very, very loud. But I did end up leaving it there. I was thinking about it though, and I just decided not to. I didn't see a lot of vintage appliances, but I did see this vintage crock pot, which is very decorative, very 70s looking. I had been thrifting a bunch on this day and I kept seeing a ton of decorative ones, so I thought it was interesting seeing so many decorative ones on the same day. I'm pretty sure like Rival made most of them because that's the brand that keeps popping up. This reminds me of the 80s. I also saw this chip and dip set in every single thrift store I went to that day, and actually most days. I already have it in that color and in green. I loved that these canisters still had the handwritten labels on them. I don't know. It actually almost made me cry because I was thinking about them belonging to someone's grandma. I love these, like salt and pepper mills. I do have some not vintage though, because that would kind of gross me out, but I found some that were kind of vintage inspired when we moved into the house. But we had them when I was growing up, so that's why they give me lots of nostalgia. I've also been seeing a lot of Ray Dunn lately when I've been thrifting. I feel like it's so funny to me how things become really trendy and then everybody buys it and then it all just ends up in a thrift store. One thing this thrift store had a ton of was glassware and mugs and stuff. I couldn't believe it. It was probably at least a full aisle on both sides. I did see this though, and this gave me major 90s vibes, just like generic coffee cups in the 90s kind of color. I wasn't really seeing anything that was really standing out to me, but then I did notice this, I would call it like a soup mug, but it's not soup, but this gave me 80s or 90s kind of vibes, so I thought I would get that and maybe resell it. And then right after that, I did spot this mug that I believe this was a radio station in the 90s. I don't think it still is, but I'm not sure. But this is like where this thrift store is like close to where my parents lived in the 90s. So like I think I remember them having that mug. But it's far enough away from where I live that we wouldn't have the same radio stations. I wasn't really seeing a whole lot in the like dishes either, but then I did see a recipe pie plate down there. These sell really well for me in my Etsy shop. Like pretty much every time I post one, it sells within like a month. But I've never found a lemon one before, so I thought I would grab it. I do see them sometimes, but I don't pick them up because they're too expensive that it's like not worth it, because I don't sell them for very much in my Etsy shop. So if it's like $6 or more, it's not really worth it because I'm not really going to make very much money from it. really love this stoneware pattern. There's another one too that's similar to this that I love, but I do love my Corelle dishes because I love how thin they are in the cupboard. You can just keep so many, it just takes up so much less room than the stoneware. Then I noticed another chip set. Well, not really a set. It's missing the small bowl. And then I noticed this is not something I see very often when I'm thrifting. Like, it's a Parks Jello mold. And I do already have one, so I left it there for someone else to find because, like I said, I think I've only ever seen it the one time when I bought it. So I did end up getting this. I believe that this is a cereal, but I've never heard of it before, so maybe it's not in Canada, or I don't know. I think that this is from the 80s though. I think when I Google searched it, and then I did get the pie plate because it was a really great price, and like I said, they sell pretty well for me, so I figured just $2.50 was a good deal for that. I haven't listed it yet, but I'm sure that I won't have a problem selling it when I do get it listed. And then the only other thing, after I stopped filming, I just stopped and looked at like the VHS for a few minutes, and the DVDs, and I did find this DVD, the sequel to Father of the Bride with Elizabeth Taylor. I've been looking for that VHS for a really long time, and I haven't been able to find it, so I figured I would just go ahead and pick up the DVD. So anyway, that's all I ended up getting. I really don't buy that much anymore because I just feel like I'm not really looking for much, I guess. But I think that that's fine. Sometimes people get mad when I don't show that I bought things or something, but it might just be that I didn't buy anything. I'm all about the underconsumption. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon.